The Problem with Neglect, a testimony by Candy Fick. While working in my yard this summer, thanks to some raspberries and an ash tree, I learned again the insidious nature of what is left neglected. You see, 6 years ago, we planted several raspberry plants along our back fence, along with a bed of strawberries, 2 cherry trees, and a few grapevines. As I bet you can tell, my family and I enjoy our homemade jams and jellies. That same year, the front yard got an autumn purple ash tree surrounded by a bed of bulbs and perennials. Fast forward to last summer when the raspberries had really started taking over. New shoots cropped up everywhere, but they were manageable and mostly easy to ignore. They grew in the right places, mostly, but I noticed that they were getting uncomfortably close to the strawberries, cherries, and grapes. I meant to corral them, but I never quite got around to it. This summer, however, I had to accept the consequences of my neglect. Instead of having gallons of fresh strawberries in early June, we harvested only one small bowl. The raspberries were choking them out and blocking the sunshine. Not only that, but the cherry trees had whole sections without blossoms because they were being surrounded. Oh, and did I mention that baby raspberry plants were even cropping up in the middle of the lawn? What once was a small problem had become a major chore. It required many hours of work to solve it, and so much digging. The lessons I learned: pay attention to the little things and don't ignore or neglect problems or annoyances. Take care of them early and be aware of what's going on under the surface. Roots can spread with destructive consequences. And that lesson wasn't just about gardening. I asked God to point out areas of my life that I'm neglecting and to give me insight into what needs to be pruned. God, help me to live my life so that I can bear abundant fruit for you. Amen. Mark 4:18 through 19. Still others are like the seeds sown among the thorn bushes. These are the people who hear the word, but the worries of life and the deceitful pleasures of wealth and the desires for other things come in and choke the word so that it can't produce a crop.